Well, guys, today I'll talk about two types of data that we often come across. That is actually one is the discrete variable and or the data we can say, or another one is the continuous data. So both these data sets actually are quantitative data sets, but very often people are confused like what is discrete and the other one what is continuous variable. Anyway, this discrete variable is actually a particular event at a point of time. Always remember, it is a particular event at a point of time, while that continuous variable is a trend in the data over time. So to understand this, actually, we need to understand the differences that exist between the discrete and the continuous variables based on the properties that is followed by them. So first one is the discrete variable is a countable variable or the countable data, fine. That is, for example, the number of students in a class, right? While the continuous variable is a, or the continuous data is a measurable variable or data. That is, say for example, the differences between the shortest and the tallest students in a class. And another example or another property is like the discrete variable is an integer or it is an absolute value. Say for example 10, 20 and 30. For example, like from the example like the number of students in a class. And say for example the other variable or the other data, that is a continuous variable or the continuous data. So this continuous data may be in the form of a fraction or it may be in the form of a decimal, fine. So it is differences between the shortest and the tallest students. So it may be a fraction or it may be in the form of a decimal, fine. So another one important property to simply differentiate between discrete and continuous is it is visualized actually in the form of simple bar or a line chart. But in the other on the other hand, you can say like the continuous variables are like some complex curves. So it may be like in the form of a trend line representing your R square values and coefficients and all those kind of things that we use for econometric analysis, fine. So anyway, just remember these three properties or the three differences. That is, discrete is countable, continuous is measurable, fine, and discrete is an integer or an absolute value 10, 20, 30, while the continuous variable it may be a fraction or it may be a decimal, fine. And so discrete variable, it is simply visualized by a very simple diagram, like so it may be a bar line chart. Another one is like it may be in the form of a very simple like the complex curves or representations. Say for example, I told about the trend line, fine. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys.